Casper's #1 for New Country, My Country 95.5. My name tag says Doc.
And mine says Prairie Wife.
And we are in the presence of greatness, Prairie Wife. We predicted this. Our friend Mark Chesnutt is on the phone. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing about as good as I can do without being two of me.
Yeah. Okay, obviously we're looking forward to seeing you up on the mountain at Beartrap on Sunday. You are the headlining man. Cannot wait to see Mark Chesnutt live again.
Headlining, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You got your name on the door,
Finally
sir.
made the big time.
I guess so. Well, listen, I know we got a lot of music and concert stuff to talk about. Before we get to that, though, I chatted with you many moons ago, and if memory serves me right, you are a big-time hunter and fisherman. Is that right?
Yeah. I try to be. My schedule don't let me be quite the big-time hunter and fisherman I used to be.
Yeah, well, I'm curious.
That work gets in the way of the hunting, doesn't it?
It does, man. Work gets in the way of everything.
I hate that word. Well, I'm just curious if you've ever had the chance to do any of that out here in Wyoming.
No, never have. I've always threatened to, but I've never had the chance to.
Yeah.
I've always I've got hunting invitations, fishing invitations from all over the world, but no, the only time I can go fishing and hunting is when I get back down here to Texas and the holidays hit, and that's about the only time I get off.
Have you ever done a hog hunt in Texas? I hear those are phenomenal.
Oh, we do that all the time.
Oh, uh-oh.
Don't get her started on Texas, man.
Yeah.
We'll never be
It's
you.
crazy.
We'll take the rest of the afternoon. Get Prairie Wife talking about Texas. So let's talk about music. Well, first of all, I'm gonna play the part of Captain Obvious. 14 #1 hits, man. You are a living legend. So what's the musical horizons look like for Mark Chesnutt these days? I know you did Gone but Not Forgotten, the tribute thing at the end of last year. So how did that come about?
We've been putting out a lot of stuff that we've recorded over the past 30 years, and we've been repackaging stuff. And of course, that's what you got to do these days, you know. And when I don't have a major recording deal anymore, just like none of us do, you know.
Yeah.
All of us guys from the 90s, you know, we're all independents now. And so I'm working on, right now, I put out a CD called Tradition Lives about 3 years ago, I guess it's been. And so I just talked to my producer. We've been talking a couple of days, and we're looking for new songs, and we're writing new songs, and hopefully we'll get in the studio before the end of the year and start laying down some new tracks and come out with a new. I've got my own label now, so you know it ain't like it used to be. I can do my own label thing now and put stuff out that I want to put out and record the songs that I want to record. And I don't have to play the politics anymore. You know, I can just put it out, and if somebody wants to hear it, buy it, they can do it.
Yeah, you don't have some Nashville guy with a ponytail deciding what's going to be a single for you. Whatever.
Exactly.
So when you're up at Beartrap, do you have plans to play any of that new stuff for us? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
No, it's not. We hadn't got that far with it yet.
Oh, darn it. You got me all excited.
Well, no,
you're going to have to wait another year or two, probably.
You'll just have to come back and play for us then.
Yeah,
I'm just going to have to come back, yeah.
I can tell you, Mark, we're one of the few new country stations that did not forget about a lot of you guys that were awesome in the 90s, and you're still awesome.
Yeah, you're iconic.
But we still play some of the classic stuff, and what I found, we've actually had people, since we got our app, we'll hear from people all around the world that say, hey, I can't get this. In fact, Prairie Wife and I are big in Norway. I don't know if you know that or not.
And England.
Yeah, in England.
Well, you know what? I am too.
That's perfect. It's like we planned
it. They still listen to our stuff. They still listen to our stuff all over the world. Thank God for that. And all over the country too. You know, a lot of people don't realize in Nashville that real traditional country music still has the same following, if not bigger, than it did 20 years ago.
Well, I'm curious what you think, Mark, is for some of the up-and-coming guys, because there's Luke Combs, there's Chris Stapleton. Some of these guys have not let go of the sound that you guys championed back in the day, and I got to believe that's part of the reason why they're so successful.
Well, they are, because those guys said, "Hey, I'm not gonna play your game. I'm gonna do what I do," and the powers that be have to say, okay, well, we've got to let them do what they want to do, or we don't have anybody new. And so you can only take hip hop and rap country so far. So everybody's having to do what everybody was being told what to do for years and years. And now you've got these artists that are coming up saying, "Hey, I ain't gonna play your game, dude. If you want to sign me, sign me. If not, hell, I'll go do my own thing." And so that's what's going on, and I'm so proud of it. And, guys, it's so cool that we've got guys like Luke Combs who, he don't look like a soap star.
Yeah, right.
He's a normal guy.
Yep.
He's nearly as ugly as me.
Oh, Doc.
No, you're right. You're right, and that's right on. And that's exactly it. You don't have to.
They're relatable.
Let me tell you, when I started out back in when I signed my deal with MCA Records in 1989, I'd already known George Jones since 1983, and so Jones and I were really good friends all that time. And he told me, he said, "Well, son," he said, "I'm sure glad it's happened for you, and you got a #1 record now." And he said, "And the best thing about it is," he said, "you start off ugly, there ain't nobody gonna expect any more of you."
I am gonna need to write that down and use that.
Prairie Wife will put that on a plaque.
Yes,
I guarantee.
Yes. Oh, a T-shirt at least.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, George Jones was a great friend of mine. He taught me a whole lot. He was right, because he told me, he said, "I was never a pretty guy." He said, "I was, people loved Hank Williams because they thought he was pretty." Well, and you had all these beautiful women and good-looking hunky guys, and then here comes these little old skinny East Texas guys like me and Jones, and and we had it going, and George Strait came along, messed it all up.
I know. Darn it, anyhow.
That's so awesome.
That's funny.
Well, do you have any special plans for Beartrap on Sunday, Mark?
We are going to turn that place into a honky tonk.
Yes, some swing dancing must be done. I agree.
That's what we do. Everywhere we go, we turn it into a honky tonk. I've got a great country band, and it's I still got a fiddle and steel guitar, and we're not up there rocking and rolling. We're not up there hip hopping and rapping. We are honky tonking.
Country music to put some hair on your arms.
That's exactly right.
Well, I'm going to pass on that part, but I will be there dancing.
Well, listen, Mark, we know you're a busy guy, and we appreciate you carving out some time for us. And I know you're you're going to be in transit soon, heading our direction.
Well, we cannot wait to meet you in person, Mark, and you just make sure you travel safely.
Oh, we will. It's up. It ain't up to me. It's up to the airline pilots and the bus drivers.
Yep. Well, listen, buddy, thanks so much for your time. We wish you well, and we will look forward to seeing you up on the mountain Sunday, brother.
I'll see you there.